Alright guys, so in the last video we went ahead and created the single page listings. Okay, so these are now working, except for the inquiry form, but we're going to get to that later. What I want to do now is work on the search. Okay, and before we do the search submission, I want to shorten up the template, and let me show you what I mean. So if I go to pages index.index.html, all of these select lists here, I want to shorten this up, so all these states and the bedrooms and prices, so we can shorten this up by putting these values into a Python dictionary and then just importing them and looping through them and then just outputting these from the loop. Okay, so I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to create a file inside the listings app, since these have to do with listings, and we're going to call this choices.py. Okay, now I'm actually going to paste all this stuff in. You can copy it, or you can go to the final project files and you can copy it from there and paste it in. I'm going to go through it real quick. Basically, we have 3 dictionaries. We have bedroom choices, okay, and then each one has a key value pair. Okay, so the key is going to be used for the value attribute. Okay, so for like the state, this will be the key. Whatever key we assign, this will be the value. Okay, in the dictionary. So bedrooms, we're just going to have 1, 1, 2, 2, and so on. Pricing, the actual value that's going to be searched in the database will be this. This is what will be displayed to the user in the form. Same thing here. This will be searched in the database. This will be displayed to the user. Okay, so we just have all the states and all the prices and the bedrooms. So I'm going to save this file, and we want to go to our pages app and then views.py, because the index page, the home page, is what we're working with. So we want to bring that file in. So I'm going to say from, and since it's in the listings folder or the listings app, we have to say listings.choices, and then I'm going to say import, and we want price choices, bedroom choices, and state choices. And then we just simply want to pass them into the index.html through the context. So I'm going to say state choices will be state choices. Let's copy this down 2 more times, and this one here will do bedroom choices, bedroom choices, and then this one here will be price choices and price choices. Okay, so now these are going to get passed in. So I'm going to save this, and remember, these are just separate dictionaries with values. So now in the index.html, we're going to loop through each of these that have these option fields. Okay, and we want to have a value and just a display text. So let's start with the states. I'm actually going to we're going to keep this because it's like the heading. It just says, you know, what this is, and then I'm going to get rid of everything else. Okay, all these options, we're going to replace these, and that's it. You'll see it's going to make this file a lot shorter. So just all the options, keep the select. So get rid of those, and then we're going to loop through by saying for. Now we want the key and the value. Okay, meaning key and value, not just the value. So you could do whatever you want here. You could do KV. I'm just going to do key value like that, and we're going to say in state underscore choices, okay, because that was, remember, that was passed in. And then we want to end the for loop, so let's say end for. Okay, now for each one, what we want to do is output, we want to output an option with a value. So let's say option, and the value is going to be the key. And that sounds a little weird. The value will be the key, but the actual value of the dictionary is going to go here. That's going to be the text that displays like that. Okay, so let's save that. Now this should work. If we go back to our index and reload, we should see the same thing. All the, whoa, that's not right. That is not right. Let's see what happened here. So for our key value, oh, you know what it is? We need to do dot items here, like that. That should fix it. Yeah, because up to that point, it's just getting I think it's just getting the first letter. There we go. All right, so now we have all the states, and it's coming from that choices file. So now let's do the same thing for the other ones. I'm going to copy this whole for loop. Now for the bedrooms, for some reason we don't have the value here, but that's fine because we're going to add it now. So I'm going to replace all of these, paste that in, and we're just going to say instead of state choices, this is going to be from the bedroom choices dictionary. And leave the same thing here, key value, that's fine. And let's do the same for price. Okay, leave the first option, and then just replace all of these. And we're just going to change this to price choices dot items. Okay, so let's try that. We'll reload. So for a state, that works. Bedrooms, good. Price, good. So now what I want to do is handle this submit. If I submit it now, it tries to go to search.html, which isn't even a thing. So we have to change that first of all. So in our form, let's see, where is the form tag? Where is the form tag? Am I missing it? Right here. So as you can see, we have action to search.html. We don't want that, of course. So I'm going to go ahead and put our tags in. We actually want this to go to URL and then search. Okay, so I'll save that. And if we go to our urls.py inside listings, we have search right here, and you can see name equals search. So what should happen is it should call this view method, this search method, which if we look at the views.py in listings, we have right here, and it's just going to load search.html. So what should happen now, once I reload and we submit, it should just go to that search template. That's what we should see, which right now just has an H1 in it. Okay, and if we were to put values in here, like in the keywords and city and submit, you can see that they're actually up here. So these are get request values. So let's actually add the markup to the search page. So I'm going to go back to Sublime Text, which has our Bootstrap theme, and there's a search.html page. Obviously, we don't want the top stuff, the top bar, nav bar. We want to start, let's see, what is this? Yeah, we want to start right after the nav. So this section here, wait a second, is that what we want? Yeah, because this is going to have the search, another search box in it. So let's grab from here all the way down. We're going to do the same thing with the choices that we did in the other form as well. So we'll just grab all this. Okay, down to right above the footer. And then we're going to go back to, let's go to templates, listings, search.html, which is right here. And we're going to paste all this in. All right, so I'm going to just save this and then go back to our website, and let's submit the form so it brings us to that page. All right, now I forgot to extend the base layout. That's why we're not seeing any styling or anything. So up at the very top, let's go ahead and we want to extend base HTML, right? Yeah, base.html. And we're going to need humanize as well, so let's load that. Okay, and then we have to wrap all this stuff in a block. So block content, and then down at the very bottom, we want to end that block. All right, so I save that. We go back to the search page. Now we have the layout, and as you can see, there's a little form at the top. And then this is going to be just like the listings page, okay? Except it's going to actually have our search results. If we search for only Massachusetts, we should only get those listings. All right, we probably won't get to that in this video, but I at least want to get our choices into the HTML like we did in the other form. So let's go to, this time, listings views.py. In fact, what I'm going to do is go to the other views.py from pages and just copy this because we're going to bring in all the choices. into listings. So up at the top here, I'll paste that in. And just like we did here, we're going to pass in all these choices. So let's go back to listings views.py, and we're going to go down to search. And actually, you know what? We need a context here. Okay, then we'll paste those in. And pass in the context. And then we should have access to those dictionaries just like we did in the home page. So from the home page, I'm just going to copy one of those loops we did, like this right here, and go to our search.html and do the same thing where we have our options. So we're going to go way up to the top. Let's see. Yeah, way up here. So for pricing, let's leave the first option. Replace all these. Okay, so this is going to be price choices. Okay, this is going to be the bedrooms. So 1 through 10, we'll replace that with price choices. And then we also have states. So we're going to replace those, that, and that state. All right. And then one thing I forgot to do is on the listings views.py, we don't need to actually say listings because we're already in that app. So we can just do dot choices and save. And now let's go back and make sure that that form still shows, which it does. What did I do? Prices for bedrooms. Yep, I must have did prices for bedrooms. So let's go back to the search.html and go down to the bedrooms, and right here I just want to change this bedroom choices. There we go. All right, so we have our search form. One more thing I want to do before we move on to the next video is the breadcrumb, which is right below it, and we want to change, oh, never mind, we already did that, sorry. Okay, so that's good. All right, so I think what we'll do in the next video is start to work on our queries. So when we actually put some search fields in, it's going to get caught in this search method right here, and we're going to have to make some queries. We're going to have to base our extraction from the database, or the objects that we take from the listings. We're going to have to base that on whatever the user puts in the search fields. All right, so I'll see you in the next video.